I think that's actually what made these religions so popular. Nobody wants to feel as if they are worse than others and don't possess this ability. They either lie about it or convince themselves that they feel some presence just to fit in. Through evolution, not being able to fit in was a great disadvantage. You wouldn't survive Premium Bear Pew Pew Madafakas vintage shirt if you started taking the stories metaphorically, because it was a little crazy. How come you're choosing to not take Jesus metaphorically as a god? I've always been curious about the translations of religious texts. What I gather from scholars is that they think a person named Jesus existed. However, just because he did doesn't mean he was godly. Premium Bear Pew Pew Madafakas vintage shirt, tank top, V-neck, ladies' tee for men and women, V-neck, tank top. I'm Catholic and the Catholic Church has pretty much never believed the majority of scripture to be literal. To be honest, it is only the groups who grew out of the fundamentalist movement of the early 20th century, and a select few other Premium Bear Pew Pew Madafakas vintage shirt in this literal view ever did. Because it is honestly quite a fringe view. In the Catholic Church, we have the tradition of looking at scripture in its original language and looking at the context it was written in. If you take Psalms, for example, that is a book of poetry. Now it would be odd, in my view, to read a whole bunch of poetry literally. Official Premium Bear Pew Pew Madafakas vintage sweatshirt, hoodie, sweatshirt, hoodie. Not only would you need up with some very odd ideas from it, but you'd miss out on what makes Psalms truly special. In addition to all this, a literal reading of the Bible doesn't allow Premium Bear Pew Pew Madafakas vintage shirt. The Bible is truth for all times and is such how we read it, how we interpret it. This is done through the hermeneutical cycle of rereading in relation to the current context and past interpretations, the latter being important as it stops things from becoming too context-based. The other issue with literal readings is that no one actually rules. They pick and choose. Other product.